So today's video is going to be a little bit different, aside from Kingdom Hearts. I figured, it's been about a month since I've started playing it, so I figured I would just put my views out there on the new Ratchet and Clank. For the most part, I like it. Yes, it is a reboot of the first one, and there's a lot of original things that they kept in the game, but there's a lot of other stuff that they changed a lot. And, I was really hoping for it to be just a complete, basically, remaster of the first game, just on the PS4. But that wasn't the case. I mean, I'm not saying it was a bad game. I'm saying that, it wasn't everything I hoped it'd be. Um, Most of the original planets are there, but they took out like 3 or 4, and uh, they put in a lot of the original weapons, but they also brought in a couple of the newer weapons from the Future series, which is okay. Some of them were kind of cool, uh, but I mean, I was kind of hoping that it would be like the original weapons, the original planets, basically updated for the PS4, and it just wasn't that. I mean, it was worth the $40, and it was a fun game because I mean, it had a lot of original elements that the Ratchet and Clank games had, but I mean, I like the fact that you know they teamed up, Drek and Doctor Nefarious together, but I didn't really like the fact that, like I said, some of the weapons from the Future series were in there, so it was like, yeah, it was a reboot, but at the same time, they kind of almost made it feel like somewhat of a continuation. I don't know, I guess I'm just sour about reboots because, I grew up with the original, so yeah, I guess I was just kind of a little sour about the reboot because they just they didn't really mess it up. They just they tried to do too much at one for one game. I guess that would be the easiest way to put it. Um, I mean, not saying that that's necessarily a bad thing. It's just Insomniac just tried to do too much at one time. But hopefully, whenever they do the second one, hopefully they don't try to put so much into one game, because some of you may not even know or even care, but in the original game, it was just Drek. I mean, Nefarious wasn't there at all. I mean, they kind of kept it the same that, Quark still, backstabbed Ratchet and Clank like he did in this one, but the Galactic Rangers didn't even show up until the third game of the original series. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, we're just going to base it on them. And, you know, the Galactic Rangers that were in Up Your Arsenal, you know, they weren't even human. They were like these robot soldiers that, you know, that went out and helped everybody. They weren't like an elite, few people that was led by Captain Quark, it was, I mean, completely opposite. I mean, I understand it's a reboot, a retelling of the story and everything. I understand that. But it's just, compared to this series and the last series, I mean, what I like some of the elements that they did with it. I like the fact that they had Nefarious and Drek team up and all this. That was what fans have kind of been wanting for a long time. But I don't know. The game was fun, but as far as story lore, I liked the original series up to the future series. But, we'll see how they transgress this series. Because I'm pretty sure they're going to make at least 2 or 3 more. But we'll have to wait and see. But I mean, those are just my thoughts on the new Ratchet and Clank. Since it's been out, a month and a half now, I figured it was time to put my thoughts on it. So like I said, I mean, I do like it, but they changed a lot of stuff that they shouldn't have, and they added a lot of stuff that they shouldn't have. Like I said, I know it's a reboot, and I know it's not supposed to be the original, but I don't know. I guess to a die-hard Ratchet and Clank fan, some of the things that they added and changed just kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. But, you can't please everybody. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop playing the games. It's just, I just wish that Insomniac wouldn't have tried to do so much for one game. But anyways, that's just wanted to bring a little discussion video. I haven't done this yet. I figured it was time, but I just wanted to get my thoughts and opinions out on that. But anyways, until next time.